latest flagship rod from Loop, the Loop 7X. Not only do they look different, but they also perform different. Because when you bend a round rod, it'll compress on one side, stretch on the other, and therefore they will overlies. At the same time, a round rod, even these rods have a spine where the material overlaps. So when you bend it, a round rod will twist to the easiest shape or to the curve where it's easiest for it to bend. But because of the heptagon shape here, the rings are set on a flat side. So we have two ridges on each side of the rings and one ridge above that controls direction. So the rods are much more accurate. At the same time, you can build up a lot more energy into them. Not only does the heptagonal shape of the blank reduces the spine effect. So in a 4-piece rod, the spines could be aligned differently. So you'll have all kinds of directions in the rod when it loads and unloads. With these rods, it's controlled by the shape of the blank, with the flat side where the ring is and the steering side above. When we talk about the action on these rods, normal fast action rods are like this. Just to use a simple, just use the top here. So a fast action rod will be like this. We've changed it to the opposite direction where it bends like this. So instead of just bending in the tip, where it loads less power, it bends easier down to the butt section where it loads more power. And why did we do that? Because when you cast your fly rod in your casting stroke, if you had this action, you have to put more energy into it from your casting arm to get the rod bending and load power. If you can load the butt section easier and still have a stiffer top to control your direction, you get a much higher output with a smaller input, which in ordinary words means you have to do less to achieve more. Some people will twist their rod a tiny little bit when they're casting. So even though the rings are sitting on a flat side, you almost always will have a flat side in your casting direction and a ridge on the opposite side. So even though you twist it a little bit, it doesn't really matter. You still have that effect that reduces the spine effect. So your accuracy is always going to be higher with these rods than a round rod. So for the carbon fiber in these rods, we've chosen to use the highest modulus carbon fiber available. At the same time, we've put titanium stripping guides and titanium coated stainless steel guides. In the cork, we found the best supplier possible for the cork handles on these rods. Specially designed reel seat that automatically fits over your reel foot. So this rod series basically covers everything you need, from trout fishing 9'5", 9'6", or the classic salmon rod 9.5 foot 7 weight. Switch rods for the medium-sized rivers in a 5 or even a 7 weight, and then you have the lighter double-handed 13 to 8 weight or even a 12.5 foot 6. So now I explained to you how the 7X rods work, but you should really go and try them out yourself at Veiðiflugur.